Hello students, hope you are doing great. I'm Dr. Swas Manjunath. Finally, a good news to all of the Ayurveda PG aspirants, though there are a few hiccups in the middle, like modification of answer keys, etc. Now that the AACCC have made an official announcement through a notice saying the counseling will be commencing from 17th of January, this brings me to you all with a series of short lectures that would help you uh, to clear your doubts, confusions, and queries regarding the ABCD counseling and help you all to get a broader view and a clear picture with respect to each of the steps involved in the ABCD counseling in order to reach your seat of your preference, which you all worked for months together and years together. So, coming to the series of lectures, approach, we'll see at the start what AACCC PG counseling is all about. Next, we'll see the important points which the students have to bear in mind at the time of registration as well as admissions. Next, we'll take up each of the rounds and how the round takes place right from the eligibility, how the seat allotment takes place, where and all the free exit is allowed and exit with fee deduction is allowed. We'll see with respect to each of the rounds, round 1, round 2, round 3 and stay vacancy round. This will be the series of lectures we will see. In this course of series, I would like to answer these frequent questions which usually the students get confused with. What is the process of online allotment of seats? How many rounds of counseling are being done? What is the required documents to get registered online? What are the documents required at the time of joining into the allotted college? How much is the fee to be paid at the time of registration? Is the security fee refundable in all cases or not? Is there any restrictions for filling up the number of choices of institutions or subjects in the choice filling form? Is it necessary to join allotted college to get chance to participate in second round? Who all get eligible to attend the second round and the third or the mop-up round? Do we have to fill up choices of subjects and college to participate in second round of online allotment process separately? If participating in the second and the third round opted, whether the previously allotted seat gets cancelled or not, who are eligible for stray vacancy round of deemed universities, central or national institutes. If we are getting allotted with a seat in the second or the third round of AACCC online counseling, are we eligible for state counseling? These gets cleared in this course of series. This is the time schedule that the AACCC have released via notice. We have to keep in mind some of the important dates to for the counseling process to go smoothly. Starting with the registration and payment, the registration is started from 17th of Jan till 20th of Jan with a time window of 4 days. After this registration, coming to the choice filling or the locking of the choices, the time window is given 3 days starting from 18th of Jan till 20th of Jan, and the publication of result will be done on 24th of Jan. And for the reporting of the allotted institute, 7 days of time window is being given for the candidate starting from 25th of Jan till 31st of Jan. This is about the first round. The second round starts with the registration from 4th February till 7th February, and the choice filling or locking of the choices is allowed for 3 days from 5th February to 7th February. Processing of seat allotment will take on 8th and 9th February, and the publication of result will be on 10th February. The time window given for reporting at the allotted seat is 7 days starting from 11th February till 17th of February. Coming to the third or the mop-up round, the registration and payment will be starting from 25th of February till 28th of February with a time window of 4 days. At the choice filling or locking will be allowed from 26th of February till 28th of February. Publication of result will be on 3rd March, and the time window given for reporting at the allotted institute is 7 days from 4th March to 10th March. Next, the transfer of non-reporting and non-joining vacant seats to the state counseling authorities or deemed or central universities on 5th March. And the conduction of stray vacancy round by deemed central universities and national institutes from 20th March 2020 to 31st March 2022. This is about the time schedule of AACCC PG online counseling. What are the seats which are offered under this online counseling? Those are the 15% of all India quota seats of government aided institutes of all states and union territories. Coming to the national institutes, 100% of PG seats of Banaras Hindu University, which is inclusive of all India quota as well as internal quota, and 100% of PG seats of IPGTRA Jamnagar, except for those seats reserved under CGN quota, Central Government Nomination. We know that central government nomination is claimed for two national institutes, that is IPGTR and NIA, as well as GAC Guwahati. And coming back, 50% of PG seats of National Institute of Ayurveda Jaipur and 50% of PG seats of All India Institute of Ayurveda New Delhi. And 100% of PG seats of all deemed universities are being offered only under AACCC PG online counseling. How these each of the varieties of institutes take counseling occur is that 15% of all India quota, the counseling is 3 rounds of all India quota online counseling. When it is central universities or national institutes, 4 rounds of counseling occur, where 3 rounds are conducted online by AACCC, and the 4th round or the stray vacancy round by the respective national institutes, where the students are expected to go in person and attend the counseling, where the seats are given, remnant seats are given based on solely the merit list put up by the national institute. The last one is the 100% deemed university, where again 4 rounds will be taking place, and all of these PG seats of deemed university are unreserved. That is, the reservation policy of central government is not applicable. AACCC PG online counseling, the varieties of institutes, categories of institutes which take place is all India quota government aided, deemed university as well as central universities. This year's online counseling, 49 institutions are participating, out of which all India quota government are 36 institutes, all India quota government aided is 2, central universities and national institutes are 4, and deemed university 7. This year an additional deemed university from the state of Kerala is being added up. We'll see, we'll run through the details of these participating institutes state-wise. All India quota government institutes from the state of Andhra Pradesh, Dr. NRS Government Ayurvedic College, Vijayawada, Assam, GAC, that is Government Ayurvedic College, Guwahati, Bihar, GAC Patna, state of Chhattisgarh, Sri Narayan Prasad Avasti Government Ayurveda College, Raipur, state of Delhi, 2 colleges, Ayurvedic and Unani Tibia College and CBPAC, Gujarat state, 2 colleges, Government Akhandanand Ayurveda College, Ahmedabad and GAC Vadodara, state of Haryana, Sri Krishna GAC Kurukshetra, state of Himachal Pradesh, Rajiv Gandhi Government PG Ayurveda College, Paprola. From the state of Karnataka, 3 colleges, GMC Bengaluru, GMC Mysuru, GMC Bellary. From the state of Kerala, GAC Kannur, GAC Tripunatara, GAC Thiruvananthapuram. From the state of Madhya Pradesh, 4 colleges, GAC Gwalior, GAC Rewa, Government Dhanvantri Ayurveda College, Ujjain, Kushilal Sharma, GAC Bhopal. From the state of Maharashtra, 4 colleges, GAC Nagpur, GAC Nanded, GAC Hosmabad, R.A. Podar Ayurveda Medical College, Horli. From the state of Odisha, Gopabandhu Ayurveda Mahavidyalay, Puri and GAC Balangir. From the state of Punjab, GSC Patiala. Rajasthan State, 2 colleges, Madan Mohan Malaviya, GAC, University College of Ayurveda, Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. From the state of Telangana, Dr. Burugula Ramakrishna Rao, GMC. From the state of Uttar Pradesh, 3 colleges, GAC, Vasundhara, Lalit Hari State, PG Ayurveda College, Pilibhit, and State Ayurveda College, Lucknow. From the state of Uttarakhand, Rishikul Government PG Ayurveda College and Hospital, Haridwar, and Uttarakhand Ayurveda University, Gurukul Campus, Haridwar. From the state of West Bengal, Institute of Postgraduate Ayurveda Education and Research, Kolkata. These were the Ayurveda, that is All India Counselling Government Institute. All India quota government aided institutes, 2 of them from the state of Kerala itself, Vaidyaratnam PS Ayurveda College Malappuram and Vaidyaratnam Ayurveda College Thrissur. The central universities or national institutes, from the state of Delhi, All India Institute of Ayurveda Sarita Vihar. From the state of Gujarat, IPGTR Jamnagar. From the state of Rajasthan, NIA Jaipur. From the state of Uttar Pradesh, Faculty of Ayurveda IMS BHU. Last category of institutes are deemed universities. From the state of Karnataka, KLE University, Sri B.M. Kankanwadi Ayurveda Mahavidyalaya, Belagavi. From the state of Kerala, Amrita School of Ayurveda, Karunagapalli. From the state of Maharashtra, Mahatma Gandhi Ayurveda College and Hospital, Wardha. Dr. D.Y. Patil College of Ayurveda and Research Center, Pimpri, Pune. Padma Shri Dr. D.Y. Patil College of Ayurveda and Research Institute, Navi Mumbai, and Bharati Vidyapit Deemed University College of Ayurveda, Pune. From the state of Tamil Nadu, Sri Jayendra Saraswati Ayurveda College and Hospital, Chennai. These were the list of the participating institutes of this year's AACCC counseling. Some of the important factors which you have to bear in mind while attending the counseling is that the mode of application submission is online mode only. That is, the students cannot go offline and submit the required documents in the respective colleges. All of these process will be taking place online itself. So the mode of application submission is online, and a candidate can submit application or registration form only once. That is, the registration, if it is done in the first round, again the candidate need not register himself or herself for the second round or the third round and send an application again. So each of the candidate can only or are allowed to apply the application only once. By chance, if it is done for more than once, the student gets debarred from the online counseling. Then the registration is made available at the beginning of the first round, second round, as well as the third round. So registration will be allowed in all of these start of these all the 3 rounds. That is, if a candidate feels that he has to attend only the second round, he can directly attend the second round by registering himself afresh, that is freshly getting registered in the second round, and need not participate in the first round to get an entry into the second or the third round. Got it? So no fresh registration for stray vacancy round is allowed. This is important. If at all a candidate has to move forward or feels to move forward to claim a seat under the stray vacancy round, he or she can't register freshly, so that the candidate should have got registered himself or herself in the first round or the second round or at least in the third round to get eligible into the stray vacancy round, that which will be carried out in the institutional level. This is about the registration made available. Thing is security deposit. In which and all conditions the security deposit gets forfeited or are not given back to the student or the candidate is that if a candidate who has joined the allotted seat in the second round and wanting to exit from the respective institute. Take a scenario: a candidate has got an allotted seat in the second round and is not willing to join and wants to exit from it. So the candidate is allowed to take an exit from the second round, but the security deposit gets forfeited. Next scenario is, If a candidate who has been allotted or upgraded a seat in the third or the mop-up round and doesn't join the respective institute or surrender the seat. Now the candidate has got a seat or got an upgraded seat from the second round in the third or the mop-up round, and if he doesn't want to join that respective institute, he has to, his security deposit gets forfeited. And the third scenario is if the admission gets cancelled due to any reason from the candidate's end. Take an example, if the candidate's original documents are not right at the time of the admission process, the security deposit gets forfeited. The next condition, if a candidate joined the allotted seat in the second round and he wants to exit from the institute, the candidate needs to relieve or resign from the respective institute 3 days prior to the commencement of the registration for third or the mop-up round with forfeiture of security money. That is, a specific time window is being given from this year. That, take a example, a candidate has got an seat allotted in the second round and he doesn't want to join that seat. Now he has to relieve or resign from the respective institute 3 days prior to the commencement of the registration for the third or the mop-up round, and his security money gets forfeited. If at all the candidate fails to do so, he becomes ineligible for the further counseling. So this time window is important, prior 3 days prior to the commencement. Next scenario, a candidate has got allotted a seat in the third round or mop-up round. He will not be eligible for exiting from the allotted admitted seat. So take an example, the candidate has got a seat in the third round. He is not eligible for exiting the allotted seat in the third round. If so, he can exit from the third round but is not eligible for any further counseling, whether it is national counseling or state counseling. This means to say that if you have got a seat in the third round, you have to take that or you have to exit from the counseling procedure itself. Then coming to the locking of choices, this is important. This is important for the students to keep in mind that the choices once locked cannot be modified at any cost from the student end as well as from the AACCC as well. Nobody can help the candidate with this regards. That is, after the candidate enters his preferred choices, he has to lock the choices within a stipulated time of 4 days we had seen earlier. If he fails to lock at the end of the fourth day, the system automatically locks the choices entered by the candidate. So before locking the preferred choices, the candidate can make any number of changes with respect to his preferred choices. So once locked, he can't modify. Then we had seen the participating institutes and private institutes are not being offered from AACCC PG online counseling. Then all India quota of PG seats of private seats other than deemed universities will be conducted by counseling authorities of respective state or union territory government. So the candidates are required to contact the concerned state government or admission authority. So these are some of the important points that the students have to bear in mind. This is the flow of events which the AACCC have given as a notice that all these counseling process will take place in the portal www.aaccc.gov.in. So all of the candidates should be in touch regularly with this portal. We'll see the flow of events vaguely. After this, we'll take up each round and we'll see how the flow of event takes place. Firstly, registration and payment of fees. So initially the candidate registered himself by creating a password on his own. Later the password can be changed by the candidate, but initially a password shall be created by the candidate. He registers himself by entering particulars and payment of fees also within the 4 days which is given stipulated time. After the registration and payment and processing of result, the result of the first round occurs. So two possibilities are there. One, the candidate can get a seat or may not get a seat. We'll take the first possibility. The candidate has got a seat in the first round. So the candidate has got a seat and he likes to join and he wants to join into that institute itself. So he goes to report to the allotted institute and completes the admission facility formalities. This is the first possibility. And after getting allotted seat, he might not want to take that seat. The candidate might not want to take that seat, so he can exercise a free exit in the first round. So he can give off that seat back to the counseling and he can exit from the first round itself. Or else, if he wants that seat with him and is willing to have an upgrade to the round 2, he can attend the round 2 for upgradation of his seat. And this is about the first possibility. Coming to the second possibility, the candidate might not end up with a seat in the first round. So he can move forward to the second round and he need not register again for the second round. Again, the choices should be entered afresh. This will be common for all of the 3 rounds. The choices will become afresh and the student should be freshly entering the choices. And this is about the first round. Okay, moving to the second round. Now that the second round result is out and the student has got a seat in the second round. First possibility, the first round seat getting upgraded. So if a candidate is getting an upgrade, then the candidate must get the relieved from the earlier institute and need to join the round 2 allotted courses colleges. So this is important. If it is an upgraded seat, the candidate must get the relieving letter from the earlier institution. This can be done online. Then the candidate did not get a seat in the first round but gets a seat in the second round, so he can directly go and report to the allotted institute like that itself. Now in the second round, the candidate now also did not get a seat in the second round, so he can move forward in the third round to the mop-up round. The other condition possible is the candidate has got a seat in the second round, but he does not want to take that seat. If he wants to give it up, he should be giving it within a specific time window, that is 5 days. In case the candidate does not get upgraded and does not want round 1 allotted seat, he or she may avail free exit within the 5 days of round 2 results. Round 2 result announcement. This is important. The time window is within 5 days of round 2 result announcement. Otherwise, round 2 rules will be applicable on that candidate. We'll see that what and all the rules of the round 2 in further lectures. Within 5 days, he can do so. He can have a free exit. This is about the second round. Coming to the third round, again the fresh choices is exercised by the candidates and result is published. Now, if a seat gets allotted for a candidate, he should be taking that seat. If he wants to exit, he has to exit totally from the counseling procedure itself with the forfeiting of the fee. And if he then also didn't get a seat in the third round, he can move forward for the stray vacancy round at the institutional level. So this was in brief about the flow of events. If this is not clear, it's okay. In the further lectures, small lectures, we are taking up each of the round and I'll be explaining in detail what and all the possibilities, scenarios will be coming and how we have to move forward. So this is about the flow of events. And for today, this is the basic information regarding AACCC counseling procedures. And the next lecture, we'll see uh, next set of important points to be borne in mind by the candidates while registration and submission of um, choices. Thank you.